Hello everyone, it's H here for C2C. On today's video, again we're going to be looking into ETH. Previously on last week's video we were around here, let's zoom in again, around here on the last week and taking a look at what we were expecting. We were expecting again a dump down somewhat of either an ABC of such or the start of something larger in the form of 1-2. But again, let's take a look at the higher time frame before diving into that more deeply. So overall the idea has been that we have either this as a 1, 2, 3, 4 here and looking for fifth wave. Now the bullish idea overall is that this is a wave 1 of that fifth here, or this is indeed that fifth. Unlike on Bitcoin, we did get a 1.618 hit here for the third wave, but we did not get a real good looking extension here on ETH. So in that regards, again, it's not that bullish looking. However, we are still expecting an extension here on fifth, only if Bitcoin is going to be doing that. And on Bitcoin as well, we have already gotten an extension on third wave. So again, that might not be something that we are even expecting here on ETH. But again, the bullish count is that this indeed is just a wave 1, 2. The easy invalidation is at these lows of around $1,458 depending on your exchange where you're trading again. So that is the higher time frame expectations. Check out the bull count first here, as we were just talking about it. So the overall idea that this would be a wave 1, then we'd be looking for some kind of retracement that would be correcting this previous move. Now this has taken out quite a lot of time, which is why I don't really prefer this that much. However, it is still possible. Overall, I would be labeling this as a three-way structure here. This RSI here has taken out the previous structure, so I would be labeling that as an X. In three waves, it has to be three waves again. It can't be a five-way structure as it has already taken, or the price action has already taken out the origin of that price action here. So if this was a five-way move, we would have to have pivoted before it, but again we did not. So again, this has to be a three-way if it again is a start of something. So three ways here looking decent. We were expecting this to be a five-way move here on the previous move. It can be looked as a three-way structure as well coming down, which is what we're going to be doing with the bear case. Overall, ABC looks decent here, and that would be leading us to that WX and then looking for wave Y. Now wave Y has the potential of ending here. We had the lowest low here on RSI, which is an indication of that it could be done. Now the issue is that generally we don't want to have a divergence within wave Y, or again, as wave Y is a three-way structure. Here we do have some kind of potential five-way move. There is of course different ways of labeling this. There is a chance that we just label it in three ways into these lowest lows here. However, the structure has already taken the lows and giving us divergence, which again means that generally this has the potential of being some kind of expanded structure, either a running flat as we currently have it, as we have not taken out these highs around 1622, or an expanded flat where we are again going to be taking those 1622 highs, and we'll be then creating a three-way structure again to create this whole structure in three ways. And at that point again we'd be expecting these lows to be taken here. However, again, these were very low RSI readings, so we'll see how that is going to be taken and if that is going to be happening at all. At this point, again, if you want to be bullish, you most likely want to be labeling this wave Y already in. We have hit the golden pocket here right on the dot. We had previous support areas here as well. The only issue that I have here is that these extensions are not really playing out too well if we are labeling it this way. Other way of labeling it would be that we would have this as a structure like this, where we would have some kind of diagonal into these structures here. Now the diagonal that I just shown you here is, again, as you see, it's not really pretty looking at all. A, B, and then within C where we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I mean, it is possible to label it like that, but not really pretty. It would fit the idea a bit better than the probable WXY here. So if this shoots up I guess that would be the way we'd be labeling it later on and confirming it then. The bearish case at this point would probably be something like this, where we would have a diagonal, a larger degree diagonal coming down, similar to what we had here. And this is something that we'd be expecting as a retracement downwards. Again, depending on where you want to be looking into shorting this again, if you have not shorted this, on the previous video we were shorting this against these highs, and I think we were entering around here, and again now we are reaping the rewards of this short for sure. And at this point again, there is a chance that this is already done. Now there's a couple of different ways of labeling this. The way I've drawn these trend lines is not based on the pivot points of actual waves 1, 2 and 3 and 4, but the price action itself. Again, there is ways of labeling this as a wave 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. However, again, this third wave would be larger than wave 1 here, which again is not a good thing in original ways of looking at the diagonal structure. However, if we want to be playing it by the original rules, we would be saying that wave 1 is again the largest structure in a contracting diagonal. So we would have to shift this being A, B and C of that wave 1. So this would be the wave 1, this would be wave 2, 3, 4 here, and this would be the fifth wave. Again, as you see, wave 4 is not tagging the trend line at all. So we're not drawing any kind of trend lines based on the pivot points, otherwise we'd be drawing it like this. Again, we respect the price action, and overall this looks decent as a diagonal for sure. Very similar to this one here. Now at this moment we'd be expecting a wave 2 already to be turning out, and at this moment we did get a very decent looking move upwards already. We did have that divergence giving some kind of signals that at least the momentum is turning, but of course that does not mean that we can't have lower lows made as well. At this point again, we'd be looking for that potential wave 2, either creating a three-way structure like so and then going down again. And generally we don't want to go beyond the golden pocket, as that would be showing more signs of bullishness than really necessary for this kind of count. If that happens, then we might be shifting our bias into more of a time, at least short-time bullish counts, but at this point I'm still favoring this more bearish overall. But yeah, that is the main idea overall that I would be having. Definitely expecting the 38.2 to be hit at least. The 0.5 and the golden pocket might not be getting hit if this is very bearish during the market opens tomorrow, and we'll see how that turns out. I do like the idea that we would be getting a bullish Monday, and at that point we'd be getting these highs to be made and then a continuation to the downside if this indeed is very, very bearish. The time it would take to create this 2 is very short in comparison to the whole diagonal, but again that is exactly the same structure as we had here, so that would be very expected here as well. So that would be the shorting idea. Again, you'd be shorting against these highs, or you would be basing your short based on this kind of structure where the extension here would be somewhere probably around the 2-to-1 extension as your invalidation, but again that is dependent on your risk tolerance. So overall, these highs over here around 1746 are the invalidation for the more bearish count, and the lows here around 1458 are the invalidation for the more bullish count, as again both of these are resembling a five-way structure one way or another. Again, at that time, once one of these is going to be breaking, we are going to be knowing a much more of the structure that is going to be happening. But again, for the trade signals, check out us on the Discord and the website countertrendcapital.com. Thanks for watching and see you on the next video. Bye bye.